Getting to cover up Jax's name, that was one of the highlights of my life.
I had no idea that was happening.
Shut up. Shut up. Oh my God, shut up.
Our friend Brittany, we wanted to do something to like make her happy.
I thought that was the sweetest thing ever. They knew how much I had put into that place, and I was working hard to keep it afloat while Jax was away in rehab. Like, I was still doing like bachelor hosting nights and stuff there, and I just thought it was very sweet that my friends like recognized that. And also, I feel like they knew that it was going to be my last night of like freedom, because he was coming out of rehab the next day. So it was just something really sweet that they did. It meant a lot to me.
It was fun, and I was not worried about Jax. Like, he can figure it out. He'll be okay. He's a grown man.
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm picking the guy up at fucking rehab tomorrow. I show up at his bar for this thing. I had no idea what was happening. And then they literally, they walked by me with the tarp to cover the sign. I think people's mindset was, you know what? He might say he was in there for 30 days and he's a changed man. Let's push him to see how much change there is. And I was of the mindset of like, why poke the bear, right? Like, why don't we just support the bear and see if he can grow bigger and stronger and healthier?
But why send me somewhere to go get help and want me to go get help and then try to trigger me? You can't win.
Oh God, how traumatizing for Jax to get out of his mental health facility and find out that we celebrated Brittany for one night.
Let's be real. Brittany is the brains behind it, the money backer. You know, she really did a lot.
I never got a dime back that I put into that place. I never made a cent off of Mammal's Beer Cheese there. Nothing. I paid the mural artist, I paid for the neon signs, I paid for a lot of the decorations in there. I paid for every single plant, the succulent wall, every vase, everything, and I never got paid back for it ever.
I supported them doing it. They tried to make me wear a shirt. I said, I'm not gonna go that far.
There were definitely some people that didn't wear t-shirts, and there were definitely some people that hid behind the Brit sign for the group photo.
And I appreciate that. I expect it from Zack and the girls, 100%. It hurt a little bit when you see your buddies there, but I have to remember that their wives are there. They have to be there. You know, I just feel like you couldn't go to another place. You couldn't go have a little party somewhere else or whatever. You had to go to my bar and dismantle it, and throw signs in the garbage and things like, I know Jasmine took one of my signs and threw it in the garbage, and like, who does something like that? Like, I just don't understand. Like, I get what I did was wrong, but the timing of it and the way they handled it was just so childish.
If anything, I wish I could infuriate him more. Although he's at a mental health facility and should not have his phone, he did. So he calls the owners over and over, rage calling them, rage texting them, saying, I want Zack out of there now. Bitch, I threw the thing. I'm a defensive boxer. So you can be on the offensive. I'm 10 steps ahead of you. Well, I've moved my ship. Oh, no, I went to battleship. Okay, whatever. Mixing too many metaphors, whatever.
Oh, I think we all knew that like we were all gonna get a text like, what the hell, dude?
You got a text prior?
Yeah, I think I just said something like probably, it's just one night and like it's Brit's bar also, just like, let her have fun with it, something like that. Like, don't make this a big deal. But I mean, I can understand why he'd be upset about it.
Oh, he went apeshit on me.
I went crazy. I did go crazy on him because someone sent me a picture, and I think it was like a guy that looks just like him, had the same shoes as on me, and I saw the leg, and it looked like his leg. I'm like, this motherfucker. I mean, why is he at this party? It's like a takedown of me, which the girls I understand, the husbands I understand. He's got no skin in the game. Why is he there? Like,
I think I was out of town. The fact that he was in rehab at the time, I don't think I could have went.
I love that you were in a mental health facility dissecting a photograph and you saw half a leg and a...
You have nothing but time in your hand. You're in a
rage
room.
texting.
Yes. Are those size 10 and a half? Those are Tom's. I'm gonna rage text him right now.
You have a lot of time in these facilities, right? And you know, again, I had my phone, which I shouldn't have had.
Could have read a book.
I could have, but you know, we know I don't do that. So
Come on.
Why are we packing Jack's stuff up? They have Task Rabbit for that. Oh. No awing. This is too funny. We're packing for him. Loser.
I think it was my idea. I think I told Kristen, actually. I was like, if Kristen and I can bond over one thing, it's Jax. Like, we're both on the same side on that one. And I was like, what if we come together and make it easy for him? He can pick up all of his stuff at once.
I wanted that to be done so Brittany didn't have to look at it anymore.
Exactly.
And have it be another constant reminder. I mean, the house is a reminder. There's a lot of things that are reminders, but his clothes and his shoes and his things and photos of them, it's not something she should have to deal with anymore.
There's not gonna be a dramatic thing of like him packing up his stuff in front of Brittany and them having a chance to argue. I'm like, why don't we pack all of his stuff while he's gone, put it in the garage, make it a fun night for Brittany. And I think I came home after I presented the idea to Kristen and I told Jason and he was like, no.
I wouldn't want people who don't like me touching my things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're probably missing something, probably.
The worst thing we did was put left and right shoes in different bags. One shoe.
One shoe?
Yeah, one shoe.
Separate them. He can find a shoe in another bag.
Yeah.
The fact that, like, not that I don't know, who was there? Nia? Who else was doing it? You got random people in my house going through my and throwing it in the garbage.
Trash bags are actually quite easy to pack your stuff in, especially for clothes.
Up to 20 garbage bags is pretty bleak.
Yes.
But on some level,
That's
they give you a
exactly what I was
solid.
Yeah, I
himself?
don't like to pack, so I would consider it a favor.
I feel like for years, some of the girls have had their feelings about Jax, but because of Brittany, they kind of held them to themselves. And once Brittany kind of like gave the green light, it's like they're like, uh-oh, now it's time to really kind of let this guy have it. And I feel like they were really kind of going above and beyond and didn't feel like there were any boundaries.
We took pictures on the pile of clothes with Brittany, and they look fierce, so can't wait to post those.
Yeah.
Just her doing snow angels
Set it
in
on
his
fire.
95 Jax hoodies, because
I know.
we get it, Jax, you own a bar.
I think I was able to laugh and stuff because they were all there. It meant a lot to me that they were all there because that, I was pissed and I was going through all those emotions, but it is sad at the same time.
Hug her, hug her.
Stop. It's okay. You don't have to do this right now if you don't want to. It's too much,
Jax has made her have to have a lot of like moments where her friends rally around her. I'm like having flashbacks when everyone ordered Taco Bell and rallied around Brittany because of Jax.
Yeah.
Sorry, we were sitting here peacefully eating Taco Bell and you walked in
This
with
is
like
my house.
Jax.
I can come wherever I want.
Brittany's house too.
Jax, go.
No, no one's gonna
Attitude.
tell me how to act in my own home that I pay my bills.
It's been a lifesaver for me, Taco Bell.
Makes everything better.
Yeah.
That's not good stuff. It's really bad stuff. It's all fake. Anything for me to eat? Brittany and I certainly have different taste buds.
You
It's not
tasted it though,
natural.
right? And you were like,
I don't know what I tasted.
you had some French fries or something too from McDonald's that you were like, I understand why people like these.
What if you're like on a road trip? What would you eat?
In-N-Out.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll have In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out.
It's such a bougie fast food to pick.
It's not bougie.
She's never had Arby's. My life changed when the Arby's in Hollywood closed down.
know.
Like my routine was ruined.
Yeah. A fly flew on you.
Oh no.
Did you shower today?
Yes. Well, I took a bath, you know me.
She doesn't shower, ever. She only takes baths.
I love my baths.
Every day?
Yeah, I take a slow morning every morning.
Oh my
I've showered
God.
once in my house. And I've lived there
What?
for 4 years.
How long is your bath?
Like 15 minutes.
That is a little odd.
Is this surprising?
Don't scare me, because Isabella, I'm like, get in the shower. You're 5 now. She's like, no, she wants a bath.
Yeah, baths
I'm
are
like,
where
you're
it's
5.
at.
You're too old now for a bath.
Janet's mom just never transitioned her from bath to shower.
I took over the master bedroom.
She did that too.
How do you wash your hair?
In the bath. And then I also, after I'm done washing it, like dunking, I take the sprayer and do a full rinse as I'm getting out.
Anyway, moving on. Lunch. I think it's time to take a break.
I just kind of like went in and I was just gonna talk to the lawyer and then I was like, I gotta do this now. When could I start the filing process today?
I can prepare the petition today and I can go ahead and file today or first thing tomorrow.
Like I wasn't really like fully 100% expecting to file.
I love how she talks about this, where she's like, I kind of just divorced him like on a whim.
I was pleasantly surprised that she did it at the first meeting with her attorney.
I was so surprised because
Yeah.
it took me a really long time to file, even though I had asked for the divorce, like to find the right lawyer. Just all of that, she did it really fast.
I was the first person to say the D word to her, but I was like, you need to divorce him now. And then if you decide later, sure, then date him. But financially and from Cruz's standpoint and everything else, you need to have the power in this relationship that you've never had, and this is the only way to do it. And I was like, I won't ever bring it up again if you don't want to talk about it, but I'm telling you, I need to say this, and you need to hear it. And I knew she was gonna do it because I could feel that she was getting stronger than she had ever been.
I thought I was just gonna go in and like interview lawyers and like see what I needed to do to protect myself, and I just ended up loving her because she's like super like strong woman.
Yeah.
And I was showing her the text messages, you know, and having all of that out in front of me, and her being like, you know, she was shocked, and she's a divorce lawyer. It just was the night before I had to block him. Like, you can just like tell how he talks to me. He's so worried about me being with guys.
How does he know you're not home?
Exactly.
Is he stalking you?
He was looking at me through the cameras and stuff, and then he was like telling me what I was wearing and different things.
That's concerning and disturbing. I don't like that.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like really opened my eyes up in the moment.
Of course, because you were probably desensitized to most of it because it was your normal for so long.
Yeah.
Happy for her, honestly. Since I've been around, since Chris and I started dating, like I've never seen him sweet on her.
I do think it was 100% the right move for her, for Cruz, for their family.
Well, obviously, we are very strong advocates of marriage and of trying to do everything you can to save your marriage. But if it's only one person that's on board and doing the work and trying to make it happen, and the other one is just blatantly not making any progress, not doing any work on themselves, going in the opposite direction, and the rage texting, and then finding out he wasn't paying his mortgage, and then finding out he had just got a place right next to Tom Schwartz. So I think she was like, F this, like I've gone through everything, and now you're putting all this on me, and I'm not seeing any change, and now you go behind my back and get your own place while you've been living in our house and I've been having to have Airbnbs, when you've tried to do all that you can and there's no reciprocation on the other end, then I feel that is grounds for divorce.
I think for Brittany, she's like, I've had enough. And that was like the hard line for her, where she's like, I got to do something for myself to be able to break this continuous flip-flop, backwards and forwards, codependency of what they will call a toxic relationship.
I think that's right. Because it wasn't only rage texting. That would be more clear and, you know, what's going on if it was only rage texting. It was like rage texting, but then also like love texting. You know, it was kind of a mix of
all
both.
of it.
Like if for her own health, she just is like, we're not getting back together. This up and down, I can't deal with it anymore. I have a lot of stuff going on. I just need to like do this. Then yeah, from that perspective, I get why she would do it. Just because like you got to do it. You got to take the Band-Aid off at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But just their relationship is just so like blurred, and it has been since they separated.
But once she got there, I think she realized, oh my God, this was the right move. This has been the right move. And the lawyer making her feel comfortable with everything, I think that's what sped it up, and I'm so glad.
Yeah, I'm proud of her because I didn't think she was going to do it. I thought she would just, do the whole separation thing and just keep stalling and stalling. So proud of her.
Do you get the sense that Brittany is trying to win the separation?
I think it's inevitable in almost every separation that there's going to be some element of that.
I got him by his balls because I could do worse if I wanted to, and I could do less if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So like he needs to realize that and like respect me for my decisions that I'm making.
How much winning do you have to do? You know what I mean?
He's not gonna win against me. I'm sorry, he's not.
Bro, all you do is try and win on your ex. Like for him, that's how he sees the situation.
That's a good
It's
point.
either a win or a loss. I'm like, brother, like it's not always wins and losses.
I didn't get that feeling that like she was like winning so hard and piling on. I got the feeling like she was pretty devastated and hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, she was trying to have a moment of like celebrate something.
Maybe he was projecting a little bit.
Jesse's probably operating from a place of a recently going through a divorce, hurt man. That's his lens. Bingo.
One thing I've learned from my separation that I've worked on with Scott is this idea that, Michelle has said to multiple people multiple different times, he always has to win, doesn't he, right? So then you get, she kind of got her groove back after the separation, and I just felt like, I was being me, and I wasn't necessarily going out for a win, but Michelle was constantly, no matter what, trying to win. Like the easiest thing she couldn't agree with me on.
Here's the schedule now. You will drop her off to the nanny.
Who's the nanny?
Doesn't matter who.
It does matter.
At the end of the day, the only person who will end up losing is Isabella. I've said it over and over again. If we're both trying to win, the only loser is going to be Isabella. And there's a lot of things I've said to Jax, and there's some things I've said to Brittany, like learn from my experience and learn from my mistakes. You don't have to follow it, but like I was even going to say earlier how proud I was of him saying he wants her to be happy and move on with somebody else.
I want her to be happy. I want her to enjoy. Like she's still young enough to where she can, get married again and maybe have another child again.
Because I remember God, what was it, 8 months, 6 months ago, he was texting me complaining about her hooking up, probably with Julian. And it gets to the point where, are you fighting for a house, right? Or are you trying to win just to hurt somebody?
So what was her response to that?
Jesse, I had no idea that my friends were even doing that. I was literally surprised. I had no idea that was happening. And I will win because I did nothing wrong in that marriage. So there's no competition.
If I were to have been Brittany and that were asked of me, I would say the limit does not exist. But in all reality, Brittany isn't winning anything. Like, she's still just trying to get her identity back.
Yeah.
I just know that a couple years down the line from now, we're gonna look back and we're gonna be like, why did we argue over these stupid things? And that, I'm seeing the future. And I'm like, if I can just get rid of all that and just say, here, take it, let's not fight, let's not, because we're gonna look back, like he said, the only person that loses in this is the baby. I'm trying. I still try now to this date, even on the phone now. I just kill her with kindness, whatever you want. I don't argue. Okay, if you're mad, you're mad. It's just not worth it, you know?